afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to Recruit Training Command for our Recruit Graduation Review. I'm Lieutenant Roy Kiefer, the Drill Division Officer. My staff and I are responsible for the organization and the direction of the weekly Recruit Graduation Review. The Drill Division also instructs the ceremonial drill units you'll see performed this afternoon. The recruits assembled have completed recruit training and will soon depart for other naval duties. Following their graduation, they'll report to a service school command or apprentice training department for further training, after which they'll be ordered to a ship, an aircraft squadron, or naval station for duty. As a motivating factor during recruit training, each company, a unit of approximately 70 men, competes with the other companies in the graduation group in the following areas: sharp and seaman-like appearance, in both personal appearance and cleanliness of living spaces; military smartness and precision in drill; team and individual athletics, ranging from swimming to track events; academic achievement; and finally, departmental excellence, which is the average of all phases of training. The success of each company is indicated by the flags they carry to signify their areas of excellence. Special recognition is awarded to those companies that have consistently demonstrated superior performance in all areas of competitive training by designating their standing within the graduation group. Graduation with honors reflects outstanding competitive achievement, while graduation with distinction is a higher award and indicates superior performance at all times. The company attaining the highest overall average in all areas of competitive training is awarded the title of Color Company of the graduation group. The Color Company will lead the other companies as they pass in review. Since every man in the fleet must work as a part of a cohesive unit, this competitive system enables the new sailor to learn the need for teamwork and dependence upon one another. The recruit ceremonial drill units you'll see performed this afternoon are composed entirely of recruits. These men have utilized their spare time practicing for today's review, and on occasion have performed in the civilian community at parades, banquets, memorial services, and other similar activities. Also performing this afternoon is the Great Lakes Naval Training Center Band, under the direction of Chief Musician Neil Clark. The Naval Training Center Band was formed in 1917 and first directed by John Philip Sousa, who was recalled from retirement to lead that band. This band is the only Navy band in the Midwest and performs throughout the Great Lakes region and each Friday here at the Recruit Graduation Review. Petty officers assembled in front of the recruits are the company commanders of the graduating companies. Company commander is key man in the life of the recruit and in the organization of Recruit Training Command. He is responsible for teaching the individual recruit how to discipline himself and how to carry out the exacting routine of military life and training. He must also serve as a counselor, disciplinarian, administrator, and military leader. Above all, he must show himself an outstanding example of military appearance, attitude, and behavior. These fleet experienced petty officers selected for this duty are carefully screened by the Chief of Naval Personnel prior to assignment. They then undergo extensive instructor training at a service school command, followed by a special company commander's course here at Recruit Training Command. Early in training, the company commanders of each company select one recruit that has demonstrated leadership ability to take charge of the company in the absence of the company commanders. This recruit is designated the Recruit Chief Petty Officer of the company, and you'll see him lead his company as it passes in review. It is now my pleasure to introduce the company commanders and Recruit Chief Petty Officers of the graduating companies. As each company and individual is introduced, the competitive flags won by that company and the state flag, indicating the home state of the company commander and Recruit Chief Petty Officer, will be raised. Please hold your applause till all these men have been introduced. Starting from my right, Company 331, graduating with distinction and designated this week's Color Company. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Peter A. King from Reading, Pennsylvania. Petty Officer First Class Robert E. Nelson from Longmont, Colorado. And their Recruit Chief Petty Officer Robert L. Adams from Morgantown, Indiana. Company 332, graduating with honors. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class John R. Schaefer from Sacramento, California. And Petty Officer Second Class David M. Liebert from Brookfield, Illinois. Their Recruit Chief Petty Officer Stuart A. Williams from Madison, Wisconsin. Company 333, graduating with distinction. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class Nick A. Pagaduan from Vallejo, California. Petty Officer Second Class Hector M. Solomon from Vallejo, California. May Recruit Chief Petty Officer Richard S. Bull from York, Pennsylvania. Company 334, graduating with distinction, commanded by Petty Officer First Class Timothy J. McCorkle from Barbie Lake, Indiana, and Petty Officer First Class Lloyd R. Booker from Rochelle, Illinois. May Recruit Chief Petty Officer Francisco Martinez Jr. from Chicago, Illinois. Company 335, graduating with distinction, commanded by Petty Officer First Class Douglas T. Hamilton from Delano, California. Petty Officer First Class George B. Anderson from Homestead, Pennsylvania. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Ronald A. Gower from Spokane, Washington. Company 336, graduating with distinction, commanded by Petty Officer First Class Michael T. Barlow from Amelia, Virginia. Petty Officer First Class Robert E. Richardson from Waukegan, Illinois. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Patrick W. Lawson of Richmond, Virginia. Company 950, graduating with distinction, commanded by Petty Officer First Class Randy M. Espenson from Phoenix, Arizona. And his Recruit Chief Petty Officer Peter A. Owens from Connolly, New York. This unit is composed of recruits in the Honor Guard, Side Boys, and Review Commander staff. Company 951, graduating with distinction, commanded by Petty Officer First Class Vincent J. Crupper from Covington, Kentucky, and his Recruit Chief Petty Officer Freeman J. Nesbitt from St. Louis, Missouri. This unit is composed of recruits in the drill team, Blue Jacket Choir, and recruit band. Additionally, Petty Officer Crupper is the recipient of this week's Distinguished Leadership Award. On behalf of the commanding officer and the staff here at Recruit Training Command, we congratulate these company commanders and Recruit Chief Petty Officers for a job well done. The unit positioned in front of the drill team is the Review Commander and staff. The Review Commander is Senior Recruit Terrence M. Bailey from Woodland Hills, California. To assist in presenting the review, the following actions are requested. Please rise for the arrival honors, which will consist of the reviewing official being piped through a line of side boys, and then his inspection of the honor guard. When he has been seated in the reviewing stand, the guest may be seated. Visitors are requested to rise when the national colors pass, and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Members of the armed forces should remain covered during the invocation. When the colors are posted, the guests may be seated. During today's arrival honors for the reviewing official, a 13-gun salute will be fired from a position outside the drill hall. Please take note that the gun salute is quite loud. We'll commence the review in approximately 8 minutes. Once again, welcome aboard.